All right, so once again, good morning. It's the Bet Compass on Elegbete TV radio. With me, Idafi Matthew Esiogene, alongside Kingsley Ediale, the Oracle of Bet. Yes, he's got some beautiful betting code that would tickle your fancy, that would help you increase your earning, and make your money, make you feel ching ching. Yeah, feeling that good mood of adding money to the money you already have. Well, let me not waste your time. They say it's a taboo to keep the oracle waiting. Kingsley Ediale, good morning and welcome to Bed Compass.
Yeah, good morning, Edafe. Good morning, world. Good morning, everybody listening to the radio this morning. It's another beautiful day. Yeah, just as you said, we're here to do justice with you,
Did it do?
the
Okay,
ones,
so
and happy
Kingsley,
at the end of the day.
before you bring in any betting code or anything, let me ask you this: how is the movie industry now in my estate? My estate seems like an extension of the movie village. Like every day they are shooting movie. I'm seeing just about everybody: Melinda Efwa, Tina Umba, Ufoma. Okay, my sister Ufoma and Demo. Almost everybody is coming to do movie in my estate. What's the process? How do you people get that location? Do the people that have the house have to vacate it? You know, you're a movie person. How
Yeah,
does
that is so for you because your area, it's almost like because we don't have the film village like per se.
yeah,
Your area is almost like the film village for Nollywood. So definitely people like to shoot around that your area, Lekki, Aja, then people go even as far as to Amen Estate as well. So
yeah,
yeah, it's location, it's a good business, like we've always said. It's one business, people in the real estate, you can creatively have a well-furnished apartment in Lekki, probably a duplex with many rooms, well furnished, and you're making good money. It's
that's
a
the
different
reason.
investment.
Now, Kingsley, that's the reason why I'm asking this question. Because I do not think that the owners of these houses are just letting the house for movies so that my house will show for TV. So please tell me,
No.
how much does a movie production outfit pay for? Like, if I have a duplex now and I want to give it out for movie production, how much do they pay?
And of it, they pay per day, they pay 100,000 naira per day. So if they are shooting for 7 days, that's 700,000 naira.
Kingsley, please, let's do this bet code quick, eh? I want to make money. I want to buy a duplex somewhere around this, maybe Chevy View or this, even this my estate.
Yeah, because
So
actually
that,
that's what they do. What people do now is they go rent a duplex for around that area for around say 3 million, three point
yeah,
five million. They actually rent. They furnish with another. They furnish everywhere with maybe 4 million. So with 7 million, you have an apartment ready. All you just need to do is to have a good generator. Before with the right people, with the right contacts, that's knowing people that will let people know that there's a new location here you can use.
yeah,
Before 12 months, you've made good profit because people want to have new places to shoot. It's not enough. The locations are not enough. People want new places. So you end up 100, if you end up having at least in a month you have 15 shoots. That's in a month you have 150,000, like that. You're just making the money, and it's your property, so it's going to be there for you. So you're just making that kill. At times you have the whole month book. So if you have the whole month book, that's 300,000. So it's like that. It's a good business though. And once you buy, remember, once you furnish the place, it's not yours. So it's
yeah.
just the rent. The next time you need to pay is you need to pay rent. So rent 3 million, and you are in business. That's what they do
All right.
out there now.
I think it's a business that I will consider. That's another streams of income that I'll consider. But let's first of all make the money that would help us to rent the flat or buy the flat. Me, I won't outright buying anyway. So today there are a lot of games this weekend. Football is back again, and last weekend we saw Man City lose terribly. We also saw Barcelona lose to Atletico Madrid. We saw Bayern Munich draw that game. My sister in Abuja, Nneka, is shouting red 3 million naira. It's not, see, this studio is 1.7 million naira already. You're talking of a whole duplex per year. Yes, Neka per year. But well, let's come back to the game. What are the codes that you have for us? I hear that you have a bag full, like Santa Claus, a bag full of codes. Before we start talking of the individual game, let's deal with the codes first. How many odds, how many game they represent? Let's go.
All right. Okay, now we have 4 codes here. So let's roll with the first one. The first one is a 7 games and 12.
I didn't hear that. Kingsley had been frozen at. It's gone to Iceland. It's been frozen. Technology, maybe it's gonna call on his phone. Maybe something is happening. I don't know. Kingsley, you were frozen for a while. What happened? Your village people called you.
Perhaps all these village people, they like to fly.
Okay, let's go back. Let's get back to it.
All right. So what I was saying is CVD ROV8. You get that? CVD ROV8.
Curriculum vitae. CVD.
Yeah.
ROV8.
CVD ROV.
How many odds? How many games?
So it's just a 7 games. 12 odds.
7 games, 12 odds. Okay.
Yeah.
For first timer, which betting company are we using to play this one?
We're using Bet Nigeria, which very soon we're thinking of we're thinking of porting away if they do not
sending collation on my invoice. We'll send him over. We'll send. No, but he's my guy. We can't port away. He's a correct guy. He's doing great thing for grassroots football. So I think we'll stay. We'll still stay. One day we will decide like, okay, bros, come and put your logo on this matter.
That's so. So that's Bet Nigeria for you.
What's the next code that we have?
The next one is CVG. CVG 79L.
79L.
Exactly.
How many
10
games?
10 games, 23 odds.
10 games, 23 odds.
Yeah, this one is shorter than the 12 odds.
Whoa, okay.
That's a
any more code for us?
Also very strong game. The next one is 10 games, no, 9 games, 10 odds.
Okay.
You can put your smart 10K there and you get 100K.
What's the code?
CVH ZR6.
ZR6. 10 games, you said?
Yeah. 10 games. No, 9 games actually. 9 games.
9 games, 10 odds. Okay, sorry. 9 games, 10 odds. Guys, pardon me. Maybe I'll hear things now. Okay. Do we still have any other code?
The last one is just a game. It's just a ticket you want to just go and edit. It's a ticket you want to go pick 3, pick 4, pick, because it's a ticket of 38 games, and I don't expect you to play 38 games.
Yeah. That's like a blank. That's like a blank game. So you just pick your favorite and then play.
Yeah. Yeah. 38 games, 944 odds, and
okay,
that's CVK.
Come back again, please.
CVK.
CVK.
Yeah, CV, then K for Kingsley, F for Friday, 5, P for police.
Okay,
CVK,
F5P. That's the.
Yeah.
How many games?
38 games.
38 games, and the odds is
944.
944 odds. Okay. Guys, please edit so you don't say you made you play this song to suit your need.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about games. Let's talk about games and analyze some of these games for the weekend. The games that are available to us, and let's see how they come. It's not I'm not sure. What do I call it now? Uh, I'm not sure it's every game that would yield fruits in all of the league. So let's look at all of these games separately. Let's start with the EPL. Okay, I always like to start with EPL because in our region here, where charity they say begins at home, the EPL is the most followed league, it's the most talked about league. And 1:30 is going to be Brighton and Hove playing against Liverpool. Last week, you almost wanted to believe that Liverpool were going to lose at home, but eventually won. What do you expect from Liverpool? But Liverpool midweek lost in the Champions League at home for the very first time in like 3 years. Do you think that Liverpool will lose at Brighton and Hove, or they have too much in them to be bothered about Brighton and Hove?
I think Liverpool, they're going to win this one because Liverpool have a winning mentality. They are one of those teams that unless something very serious is happening, they don't like losing back to back. They're one of those top teams. You don't the owners of the club, the followers of the club are not patient enough to want to tolerate you losing twice. And having said that, they seem to have they have the players. I was thinking, okay, even though they had a lot of one or two, actually a lot of injury players, I was thinking it would affect them. But the Liverpool team, the Liverpool squad is full of players. They have depth, and I think they would manage to win this particular one. They should win this.
Man City are playing at home against Burnley. Last weekend, they lost to Tottenham Hotspur, Jose Mourinho's Tottenham Hotspur. Though they are doing well, they've got a 100% record in the UEFA Champions League. But then there just seems to be something wrong with Man City in the league. Can you place it? Manchester City are in 14th position. The funny thing is they have a -1 goal, like Arsenal. I mean, there's something just not right. Crystal Palace is above them, Newcastle, Wolverhampton Wanderers, West Ham, Aston Villa, Everton, Southampton, Leicester. And then the gap is widening every single day. Even with the game in hand, there's 8-point gap between them and tabletoppers Tottenham Hotspur. What is wrong with Man City?
Yeah, we all know what's wrong with Man City. You can call it fatigue. You can call it. It could be fatigue.
The only thing that is fatigue
of ideas, fatigue of concepts. When you do something over and over again, you either become so good at it that you need almost the same formula to get it done. They started with some players that are no more. They are going to have to bring in players who have to learn the way of the club. And some players, like I said last week, teams like that, like Barcelona, like if a Pep Guardiola team plays total football. So if you don't have the total formula for it, things get missing. And they also have attackers who were missing goals. The almighty Sterling is not the Sterling we used to know, who used to bang in goals and everything. So they would pick definitely, because you see what they do. They prioritize the Champions League. They may not, definitely will not be contending. They started poorly, but this is not where they would be at the end of the season. And okay, it's a game like
let's take it a step further. If Man City fail to win the league, and then maybe they go on to win the FA Cup, they go on to win the UEFA Champions League, and maybe the Carabao Cup, would we consider it a success, a season of success?
If Man City doesn't win anything this season, the success, they are successful. Why? If they don't win anything this season, what they've managed to do, what they should do this season is to get an attacker. They need to get 2-3 attackers. They need to get some good defenders as well. So because when Ake was coming, I was letting people know that Ake is not coming to take a first shirt. Ake is coming to sit on the bench. People didn't understand because Ake is not ready to be to lead the Man City defense, not even at this stage now. But definitely by next season, he's going to be ready. And there's going to be somebody to pair with him. And but for now, they just renewed Pep's contract.
Yeah.
It's a good idea for them. There's also for this season, if eventually they are able to talk Messi into coming back to the league and into coming back to playing partnering with Pep, for them, those are the wins they would celebrate. But having said that, we know they want to win one or two things. We're just saying if it comes to the worst, they're going to win one or two things. They're going to win the FA or those other. But even let's assume they don't win anything. There are how many clubs in England? They've won a lot. They won the first. They won. We know, okay, it's a top team, top coach, and there are people who would want to say a lot of things about Man City, who want to say a lot of things, especially about Pep. But if you look at it critically, they've had their marks. They've done what they ought to do. It's only fair if they continue in that trade. So yeah, but there are other teams there as well. There are other teams who are also competing, and the competition is strong. And this is not the point where if you look at the way matches are played now, you do not even have time to relax, to think. No, everybody is being stretched. So if you sleep a little bit, you're going to be overtaken. So that is what we are seeing. So they may just need another season to get back to winning formula. But like I said, at the end of the season, this is not where they will be at the table.
Okay, let's go to Paris. There is this feeling I get about Paris Saint-Germain that the owners have not set their priorities right. So you look at that team, the midfield and the defense does not have the quality that match up with the attack. So even unless the attack gets an exceptional day, they are always going to struggle. How many years will it take before these Arab guys realize that, look, football is a collective. If you want a galactical team, you should get the galactical from the goalkeeper to the attacker, not just some three men up front. Is Paris Saint-Germain ever going to be a team that will look and say, after last season's playing in the Champions League finals, is there a possibility of us seeing them in the finals again?
Yes, I think it's increasingly difficult for you to have a galactical, because even in Real Madrid, there's no more a total galactical, no more full 11 squad of the galacticals. So it's increasingly difficult to have a galactical. What they had now, they had to do a lot of 419 on the paper. Permit me to use the word 419. They have to do a lot of scam, a lot of smart moves to even ensure that they have Mbappe and Neymar in the same team. But yes, there are also some smart things they could do to improve their midfield that they've not done. You want to look at a team as I think it starts from having a manager. It starts from having the manager. They have Thomas Tuchel, who's not really that bad, but you need someone who you come and change the whole story. I was thinking they would have made an attempt of having Mourinho when he was free. They need that kind of manager who would gradually help them. Like you said, the midfield of that particular team is where the problem lies. Once the attackers are not going to work, the midfield crumbles and everything crumbles. But they can, if they can make it to the final, yes, they can go far also in the Champions League, because they have a league they conquer easily. Yeah. And when it now gets to we are seeing everything is congested, the schedule is crazy, they will have it easy for themselves because they are not being stressed so much in their league the way the Spanish team is going to be stressed.
All right, Kingsley, stock up again, and just want to
Madrid is going
okay.
through. Sorry, a call came through.
Yeah, I noticed.
So those are the stuff they would they will find a way of getting close to the final, and you never can tell. They have one or two players that just carry the team to the glory land.
All right, thank you very much, Kingsley Ediale. But before I let you go, one final question. We're still going to discuss that one at length on the sports line from 12 with the crew. But I want to know from you, if Stefano Pioli and Zlatan Ibrahimovic managed to perform the miracle, and this is it's still a long way off, but let me put a question up front now. If they managed to perform a miracle and win the league for AC Milan this season, would this be regarded as the biggest miracle of this era? Because this is going to be like the first time that AC Milan is using young players to even campaign for a title.
Yes, I think it's going to be a miracle, and I think it's something that can be done. They can do it. They have to, but even like you said, even though it's looking a bit too early, but we see the purpose. We see how the AC Milan team we know now. It's almost, we're not going to almost want to compare them with the AC Milan we've always known. For a very long time, we've not seen it at AC Milan like this, and it was a worry for most of us who love football. Most of us who follow Italian football, who love the Milan, the AC Milan, Inter Milan. For a long time, we didn't actually get that vibe from both AC Milan, Inter Milan. But this season, we're having a different Inter Milan. We're having a different AC Milan. Even though the two different, the AC Milan seems to be a collection of, Inter Milan seems to be a collection of rejected players everywhere. Players rejected in the EPL, players rejected in Barcelona, players
different places in the world.
Man U, players rejected in Tottenham. But eventually, they've been able to make it work. And
but for me, I think Inter Milan are a disappointment for me, massive disappointment. To lose to Real Madrid over 2 legs the way they did, signing Vidal first, I know that was a curse. And then a whole lot. Inter Milan have been a disappointment. I think that they should fire Conte anyway. But I want to stay with AC Milan. You think that
AC Milan can do it?
They can do it. Okay. Well, this is where we draw the curtains on the Bet Compass today. Yeah, you listen to us again tomorrow, 9:30 to 10 a.m. On the Sunday edition of the Sunday Bet Compass. But then, as you go out to bet, all we can say is may the odds favor you. Thank you very much, Kingsley Ediale, for always doing this research and coming out with the best. All right.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys. My name is Elegbetetvradio. I love to be your host on the show.